invisible leaders. If a leader lacks faith, so will the people. Unworthy leaders are despised. Common leaders are feared. Good leaders win affection and praise. But when great leaders lead, the people are hardly aware of their existence. How carefully wise leaders choose their words. How simple are their actions. Under such a government, the people think they are ruling themselves. Here in chapter 17 of the Tao Te Ching, we are able to get specific. This is different radically than the previous chapters. Know eternity, the mysterious Tao, seek the spirit, right, are three of the five most recent chapters before this. And here, we get very specific guidance on what good governance looks like in a Taoist system. And it's remarkably like capitalism, considering that those who invented capitalism and took Enlightenment thought, created America, had no access to this text. I said this very early on, but this text was not available in French until 1864 and available in English in 1868. This is well after these ideas of human value, the inalienable rights of each human being, and the structure of government known as a republic, if we can keep it, to throw in a little line there from Franklin, was created. In another version of the Tao Te Ching, this is John Hyder's version, titled The Tao of Leadership. Chapter 17, instead of being titled Invisible Leaders, is titled Being a Midwife, and opens, "The wise leader does not intervene unnecessarily. The group runs itself. Lesser leaders do a lot, say a lot, have followers, and form cults. Even worse ones use fear to energize the group and force to overcome resistance. Only the most dreadful leaders have bad reputations." Imagine that you are a midwife. You are assisting at someone else's birth. Do good without show or fuss. Facilitate what is happening rather than what you think ought to be happening. If you must take the lead, lead so that the mother is helped, yet still free and in charge. When the baby is born, the mother will rightly say, "We did it ourselves." Here's where this gets interesting, putting this into an audio, or even writing it on a piece of paper in the first place, as John and as Lao Tzu and as all these different translations have done. It's the idea of, as soon as you start talking about it, you recognize that it's something that each person should understand, has the ability to understand, but to talk about it can, in some ways, make it cheaper. And in a discussion of value, in discovering what makes your life valuable, all that we can really do is point to the negative space. The act of facilitating another person's process is just saying, hey, have you considered that your life has value? And that you, as a valuable person, have certain inalienable rights, among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Have you thought about that? We can't force you to experience your life to the fullest, to live happily. However, we can get out of the way and give you space to do so, with the only real guardrail being the violation of other people's consent. We don't have to imagine that we are midwives. We are midwives. Every time we interact with another person, we are assisting in their birth, as they are assisting in our birth. We are in a reality in which change is a constant. We are being born again in each new moment. It's one of the reasons that we see in each of these texts, among many, many others, the importance of presence in the present moment. Presence in the present moment. This is one of the reasons why something like a constitution or a codification of laws starts to fall apart if it doesn't directly follow the core idea of human value. This is something each of us have the ability to recognize in our own lives. We are being born anew in every moment. What choice do you want to make given that reality?